Okay, friends. Anyways, welcome to my channel, Joy to the World. I am Melissa Joy. Had hardcore epiphany. Had hardcore epiphany. I was tired, had that procedure. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to just lay on the bed for a minute and then I'll get ready for bed. It was starting to feel pretty juicy and it was like, don't get up. And it's like, yes, I'm going to get up. I'm going to get up. Because I just, I had a little mascara on today, which is very rare. And I wanted to rub my eyes and it said, yeah, you don't have to take it off. It's like, you're right. I've always done the right thing all my life. I'm just going to rub it until it's just all over my face. And, but a lot of times such a little mascara on that who knows if it made any mark. And I get up and I see it and it's strange. Yeah. And it's kind of bluish black weird down here. And I look in the mirror and I see a resemblance to a friend, definitely a friend, but more along the line of acquaintance, meaning we didn't call each other over things or stuff like that. But when something traumatic happened, she called me. And she would invite me into her world and different things like that. But there I am looking at her semblance in the mirror and I'm like, whoa. I literally hear myself say, everyone you encounter and deal with is a mirror of you. Not projecting y'all. It's different than that. No. That's been talked to death. Oh my God. That's like dime store bin material. No. Like reflections of different roads and pathways you might have almost chosen, almost taken, almost gone around. It's like each one is wearing a skin of you in the different areas of that flat disc called the Zodiac, right? Because it is just a flat disc. We want the whole solar system, the whole cosmos, the Wonka Vader, right? We want to get more than just that candy shop. So when you look at it like that, you can deal with things differently. It's almost like my sons used to do this driving game at Chuck E. Cheese. And you're sitting in this booth and you can tap the perspective to either like see as if you can't see yourself nor the car. You're just seeing the road out in front of you if you're doing it with your mind's eye, right? And then there's a perspective where you can see the nose of your car moving amongst the other cars. And then there's a perspective where you can see the whole car. It's kind of like that. It's giving you these different lenses and perspectives of different roads and paths and personalities that you could kind of take on in that area. And either something that woos you and draws you closer, right, into attraction of like, oh, you mean I might have a little bit of that quality in myself? I've never looked at myself that way. Just like some people who love to laugh have never thought of themselves as funny, but you are. If the person who was telling the joke had no one to laugh, would it exist? I think not. Okay. So we're seeing those things, and because we're not trying to copycat, because the way things translate in the mirror when I'm looking across what is my right eye looks like the left eye of the reflection. You got that? We're getting into the experience of it, the enjoyment of it, of recognizing that we can have it more smoothly instead of feeling like it's a you versus me. It's it's us. Myself. I'm seeing different layers that I could have picked, chosen, whatever, little things. Very exacting. But it still looks like their image. That's what's so unique, is when you realize the characters are here. You're the star, really more than that. You're the author, the writer. And so you're also the producer and director, right? Again, you're everything. And so maybe some of those you want to have a better relationship, like family members or whatever, you can see it from one of those different bird's eye views, right? To see how you could relate more, not altering who you are, but becoming more aware how relative we all are to each other if we're universal, right? It's not just what we think is right, it's that beauty. It's just like beauty comes from peace and harmony. Two totally different elements, but they're beautiful together. See, beauty, right? Take the child to remind the adults where it's all coming from and where it returns to. But yeah, this is bouncing all over the place because I was getting ready for bed. I'm like, I cannot not tell them, even if I'm the only one this reaches, to remember the profoundness of this. It was very visceral, very physical. That's why it was talking about, the difference of like just that mirror effect to how it was applying. So anyways, and same as it could be along with strangers, like the customer service person or whatever else, you could change the soundtrack because maybe, as you're standing there having to wait, maybe they are being catty with you. Maybe that you need to learn sometimes to be a little more, not always just more patient, but maybe it's showing you that, you know what? I felt like that earlier today when my coworker made that sideways comment. Do you see what I mean? And it's not judging yourself going, no, I need to play music in my head and be all calm and serene. No, there's a time to stand up to yourself and a time to stand up for yourself, friend. You think about that? Can I repeat it? There's a time to stand up to yourself, right? Be patient. Just wait. If you were them, they would appreciate you being patient. And then there's a time to stand up for yourself, which is like, hello, you've had me waiting over here while you're chewing your gum and playing with your nails. Have you called the manager to find out about what I need help with? Or could you call? You see what I'm saying? And even like that feels very awkward. It's coming out and I'm like, oh, is that what I would have said? I don't know. But that's really the pivot basis of it all. And not this tug of war, not this war period. It's an experience. And when you want to move away from part of it, it's an exit, right? It's an existence. It's like, I'm going to skate around that. I'm going to neutralize sensory experience for just a moment as we pass through, turning back on. Beep, 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 beep. You see, man, y'all are like, I say on a magical mystery ride, but my kids, when I used to have red hair, they called me the magic school bus lady. So I'm always telling stories and taking people on these mental adventures. And that's really what it feels like right now. But it's a beautiful thing. It's liberating because it changes the dynamic of everything. Realizing that you can switch these different persons instead of unconscious, subconscious, and conscious. No, me, myself, and I, into the different relations with those. Like those that you were like, well, I didn't realize I was funny. I make people feel that way too. And it's like, yes, those that are telling the jokes, when you laugh, they feel that same bubbly inside. You get what I mean? It's this beautiful synergistic experience. So those would be the I. So it's in that part of yourself, whichever viewer of the car driver, right? That feels like it lodges right in the heart and it's like secure like a hand in a glove. You're like, click, like the seatbelt. You go, okay, that's it. And then it might be some of those that you're like, ooh, glad I sidestepped that one. Because you like them, but you have grace towards them, and not that they're so best that person. No, in relation to yourself, because there's certain things about their life that you're kind of like, whoa, that's you, that's your personal life, whatever. And then the other 80, 85, 90%, you're just like, sing, you get what I mean? Yeah. Maybe that's more like the myself. If you put yourself in their shoes, maybe some of that. The me, myself, I only know which one is the I right now. Maybe the others will make sense later, but it seems like that would be myself, putting yourself in someone's shoes and kind of be like, that's where that grace comes from. And not just grace towards that person, but then when we flip back into our mind's eye of ourselves, then we go, wow, okay, I need to have a little grace for myself so that those things don't rev up inside of you and push you and cause you to keep react, respond, that old karmic shiz does. Bullshit out here, Saturn. That's how I feel, okay? So, anyways, and then there are those that it literally is, hey, me, I'm important, walking away. Not one more word. Yeah, and so it's all you, it's all your fault. Yes, yes, it is. Thank you. Because what you're hearing, you're not listening to it's all your fault. What you're hearing is it's your responsibility. And you're like, yes, it is. Its power is in my hand to take charge of this. So when you say it's all your fault, you're really saying to me it's all your responsibility. And you're like, yep, I'll take that because I can shut it down. Shut it down with the key because that's not me. Shut it down with the key because that's not me. You can tell I am feeling somewhat better from that big ginormous stent being out. Oh my gosh, it was horrific. There's a whole new kind of pain right now because something that large should not come out of something that small. But anyways, it's amazing that in the ureter they could have something with a loop that big at the end of it, both ends. It's coming through that little tube of your body. Yeah, a little bit sore. But anyways, funny to go on that magical mystery ride. Maybe you'll go back in the vault and check out some of the videos when I was the magic school bus lady. It was pretty interesting until that parasite came into my life. But anyways, they're all timeless. And I have certain viewers who go back when, especially when I wasn't recording and they needed to hear some power-packed truth to remind them of who they are. Not just what they can do, but who, right? If you got the Signataro, then it signs and it gives you access to everything, right? Financial, permission, authority, the whole thing. Makes you the king, the queen, the whatever title you want of yourself. Call yourself beautiful, friend. That's a humdinger right there. Who is around here? Ring dinger, humdinger, doom, doom, doo, doo. It's funny. Anyways, so yes, I will post this. Y'all leave me comments. Let's chat down below and let me know how this works out for you. Maybe even come back and revisit it. And share, you know, like when people update an Amazon review. After a few months, I've discovered, you know. And oh, would you also do me a favor and tap that like button down there? Thank you so much. It helps this video just rise up to the top into like the starlet darling of YouTube. And wouldn't that be something, everybody? And if you like this, stick around, subscribe. That's what it is. It's free as always. And it just notifies YouTube that, hey, I care. I want to know when one of these pops up. And then YouTube will notify you. Okay? So anyways, this was interesting time of night to be chatting with you. Maybe that's why it's so odd. So I hope you enjoy. I love you. All right.